Hello and welcome to Good Journeys Tarot. I'm Rosemary, and today I wanted to do a VR to the hashtag What Court Card Are You? This is from Ozark Oracle, and I actually saw this first on Amy's channel, Strength Reversed, and then again on Pappa Squirrel's channel. And so I thought I would share that with you, though I think many of you will already know which court card I am. As I was preparing for the video, I realized that this is my first video of June, so I thought I might say a little something about Pride. And also, I thought I would introduce you to my newest deck, which arrived yesterday, unexpectedly. So this month of June in the United States is known as LGBT Pride Month. And for many years now, I think that we have focused on this as a celebration. Though it came out of events which were not so wonderful. In 1969, there was a riot at the Stonewall Inn involving New York police and members of the LGBT community who they were trying to arrest for simply being themselves. And just yesterday, the New York Police Commissioner offered an official apology for that incident. And while we have come a long way since then, we still today have a long way to go. Not just for the LGBT community, but for equality for women and for racial minorities. It seems that under our current leadership in the United States that we're taking a step backwards. So as we go into this month, I challenge everyone not only to celebrate what we have achieved and that we can live our lives relatively freely, that we also remember that this is a demonstration, that this is a protest against the continuing inequality in our nation. So let's look at the cards. Yesterday, I received the Deck of the Bastard. The Deck of the Bastard is from Tarot by Seven, and the appealing thing about this deck for me was that it was customizable. I had seen the images online, and the images were all right, but I really liked that customization. Anything you can customize, I'm on top of that. In fact, I have a pair of Converse coming that I customized for Pride. Just in a few weeks. So you not only can choose the back of your card. In my case, I chose this back, which is floral with a geometric pattern. It kind of reminded me just a little bit of the lilies and roses that I love on the back of the RWS. And so that's why I went with it. The other thing that you can customize with this deck is that you can decide whether you want paper cards or you want waterproof cards. I opted for the waterproof cards. They're basically plastic. They're really, really sturdy, and I've already tested the concept of being waterproof once. So the main reason I went that way is because I'd like to do some events in the near future, and I just don't want my cards ruined by people's sticky hands and sweaty hands and whatever else is going on in public. And so I thought that would be a great way to go. And unlike my Golden Thread Tarot, which is beautiful, this has a less modern feel. It feels more historic, more traditional than the Golden Thread Tarot. The other thing that's customizable on this deck is you can choose whether or not to have the names of the cards on the cards. I chose to have the names on the cards. I also chose to have keywords. The reason that I did this was twofold. One, I wanted for people, when I do readings with them, to see firsthand that I actually understand the meaning of the card. And two, I wanted to be able to study the reverse meanings of the cards, which I started doing in January. And I thought that would be a good tool to help me. This deck is basically a combination of cards from various historical decks. The RWS is represented, the Solabusca, And there are also several other decks that I cannot read in my current lighting, which go back even further than those decks do. It also comes with 2 world cards. The one on the right is very much a traditional look, which we see in many tarot decks. And then also there is this card, which I chose to use with my deck. It just really seemed to go better with all of the cards in the deck. And I like the motif of the astrological signs, the sun, the moon, the stars surrounding the earth. And so I went with it. So which court card am I? So a lot of you already have heard me say numerous times what my significator is in other videos, but I really wanted to share this today because the card in this particular deck is my favorite version of this card yet. So without further ado, that is going to be the Queen of Swords. Now, as you know, my astrological sign is Libra, which is associated with air. I have a very strong influence of water and air in my astrological chart. So the Queen of Swords really makes a lot of sense because as a queen, she's associated with water. As the sword suit, she's associated with air. And really, this is my personality most of the time. She's seen as the manager or the professional. You know, she's all about making sure things are done and done correctly. And in most cards, I find that she looks unapproachable. She looks very stiff or stern and like she's ready to cut you. You know? But in this deck, to me, she had a little softer feel. I mean, she's very elegant and attractive, but at the same time, she has that sword. And, you know, you get the impression from her that, you know, I'm a lady and I'm nice, but I will cut you if you don't follow my directions. And at work, I come off very much that way. I say it all the time, okay? I'm at work. I'm professional. I'm not here to, you know, make friends or to goof off. I'm here to do my job, to do it the most efficient way possible, and get through it. But the reverse of that is also true. The Queen of Swords can sometimes come off as cold. And I find that that has been the case for me a lot in my professional environment. People don't see me as a friendly person because I do focus on the business at hand. I do love this card, this version of the Queen of Swords, and am enjoying this deck. I'm looking forward to working with it for a long time to come. I'd like to take a moment and give another shout out to Amy at Strength Reversed. Check out her video she posted today about the Radiant Wise Spirit. She gave me a shout out there and said some wonderful things. I greatly appreciate that. And I always enjoy her channel. Also, go and check out Pappa Squirrel's channel. We did a similar hashtag recently. I called mine Deck of Decks. He called his My Perfect Tarot, in which we built a deck out of our favorite cards from our various tarot collections. So in the comments below, you'll see those, as well as the link to Ozark Oracle's original video, What Court Card Are You? Until next time, good journeys.